Hello, hello. This is Simone. Today I want to share a flip through my 2019 logbook. I call it logbook and you will see what it is once I open this journal. This is a passport size traveler's notebook in the camel color. The elastic is quite loose, I just realized. I have this rain cloud as a charm on the front. I think I'm just gonna leave it there for the moment. I decided that this is finished. And right now I will archive this like that because I don't currently have any plans for using this. But if it changes, I have no problem with taking the insert out and putting it someplace else. I added some little beads to the bottom of this what is that? Placeholder bookmark. Those came in a kit from Feed Your Craft and Brandy Kincaid. And I really liked the meaning that was behind it. And so in order to remind me of that, I added them here and I really like how those look. I covered this insert, which is a Traveler's Company undated weekly. Let me open one of the pages that are still blank. It looks like this. It is undated, goes horizontal Monday through Sunday, sorry. And then there is some space to add the number of the week and the year underneath. Let me come a little bit closer and maybe you could see it better right here. So that insert is covered by scrapbooking paper. It is gray, and in order to leave myself the option of swapping out the cover, I simply used washi tape to washi tape one of the sides down and then folded it around like an envelope and or a book cover, and it worked really nicely like that. The front thing I stamped out and covered with some stickers and a label, and I had originally intended to do this all year long, and I knew that it wasn't going to last for the whole year. That's why it says 2019A. However, I am right now at the point where I don't have had enough, in the sense that I hate what I did in here, but I just don't have the intention, and I'm not as passionate about this anymore as I was before. And so I decided, instead of waiting until I really hate documenting my life like this, I would just stop and say thank you to the notebook and put it aside. And whenever I have the urge to continue, I still have a notebook in my stash that I could use, or maybe I will use it for something else, who knows. So that is the title page. I then, there are some monthly overviews over here that you could use to, they are in list format that you could put important dates or so. I decided to take the mini Daisy Dory from Coco Daisy and take pages out of there and glue them in here so I could start right on the second page after the cover. And I wanted to end this insert on a Sunday so that I would be able to use the first weekly spread and start on a Monday. And so I just counted the days back, and it worked out well, except for the 1st of January, which wouldn't fit on here anymore. And so I just decided to use one of the journaling cards that I received in the January or December Coco Daisy kit. I can't really remember. It works well. It says Hello 2019 on the back side, and it says Welcome 2019 on this side. It has some room for journaling, and so I added a day stamp and a date sticker. I added the week Okay, so my phone stopped and I don't really remember where I was while I told you what I did. So I usually documented this. I did this in the October, November, and December of 2018. I documented my life similarly to this. I had the mini Daisy Dory from Coco Daisy. However, there were more pages in there and I didn't want to do that anymore. And so I decided to do just the pieces that I really enjoyed, documenting it like this in a different notebook. But to make my transition easier, I decided to just take the pages from the January Coco Daisy Mini Daisy Dory and do it exactly the way I did it before. So I used stamps, as I said, and then I just added stickers and handwriting and wrote down what I did every day. So some people call this memory planning. I call it logging my life because I actually did this after I was done with the day. So here you have the year started on a Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the next week starts here on a Monday. This is different than over here, well, not over here, here, where you have 1 week on one spread. And definitely, there is definitely a lot more room with these pages here than there was over here. So I'm just going to flip through and show this to you. And if I see something that sticks out to me, I'll point it out. I used these most of the time, or I actually really love Happy Daya stickers, so I often use her stickers. This is from the is it a brochure that or the tag that came with this Conkin backpack. And this was then the first week that I actually did in this notebook and on the pages here. Obviously, the pages are a lot more yellower, creamier than the white from the Coco Daisy. That was something that I had to work with. And then I didn't realize how much less space it was if you had a spread like this. I have to say that I really enjoyed working in this. I loved using or setting up each week with a little bit of scraps that were left over from my stash, dating the days, and then going in and adding the things that we did every day after the day was over. This is Linus Potts. This is Pumpkin Paper Co. And this again is Happy Daya. This is the Coffee Monsters, and this came in the Coco Daisy kit. Then for that week, I decided I would use stamps and stamped subtly on the background. This came in the Coco Daisy kit again, and I really liked the colors of these Millie Paper Co. Stickers, so I used some of those here. I loved when my pages were full like that. I used these rub-ons. I think this week I started using these rub-ons that came in the Coco Daisy kit for as long as I was able to. I still had to fulfill design team duties for Coco Daisy, and so this is how I solved that problem. I just took the February Daisy, Mini Daisy Dory, took out to one spread, stuck it down onto the next empty pages, and created on here. And then that worked out really well. This has space for 4 days. So that is one side of the spread. So I just covered it up with another page of the Mini Daisy Dory and created kind of a title page for the month of February, which started on the Friday. That again is Coco Daisy mostly. And then the next week, however, I just used things for my stash. I loved those circles. They are also Cocoa Daisy, but I loved those. Then I used some of the day stickers and alpha stickers and started setting up the week like this. Again, this rub-on here, and then I went again, added stickers. I don't really know what to tell you. I added stickers and hand lettering. Here I documented the last kit that I received from Cocoa Daisy as a member of their design team. I kind of missed the space that I had here, and sometimes in the mini Daisy Dory I documented Happy Mail or other things, and I kind of missed that. Instead of feeling sad about it, I decided to just take the next spread and add all the things that I wanted over here and create just like a collage page. And then I just went on with the next weekly spread. Throughout this time, what happened to me was that I became more open to using things not in the way they were intended. I have a hard time deviating from a route that I'm on. When I see a spread like this, I feel like I have to use it like this: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it takes a long time for me to realize that this is a suggestion on how to use these pages, but I don't have to do this. And so that was a very big step for me to use these pages not as they are intended. And you can see the development that goes through here. This was February, the second week, I think, or the third week of February. I'm still using these rub-ons. I love how continuous they are and how they work with each of the spreads, even though they are very different. The only thing that is the same is the stickers that I put on there, the planner stickers. This one is from Grin and Bear It, and I absolutely love Harry this bear. I started knitting on my first ever garment for myself. And what I also decided to do was repurpose Cocoa Daisy stickers and cut them apart, challenging myself to a limited palette. Here I used pieces of the mini Daisy Dory. Again, the rub-on here. What I tried to use here is a pen that I had purchased before. It is a Pentel pen, and I just wanted to see what it looks like if I used that for my bigger words and phrases. Then I used these heart stamps for the days of the week and some washi tape. Here I used leftover pieces from the scrap room kit that I used to guest design, and set the week up like this. I really loved using up scraps that I had from other things, left over from other things. The rest of this is a lot of Cocoa Daisy. This is Stories for Thea stickers. I won a giveaway. Then is this March already? I think so. And this must be is this when Lent started? I think, let me find out. Monday, Tuesday. I don't know when it started. I think it was on March, here. On March 6th, I started No Spent Lent, and this is when I kind of changed a lot of my own views and things I approach things, which is really cool. That I didn't know that doing this No Spent Lent had so much effect on the way I create and design and do my hobbies. This one is actually just the inside of an envelope, that junk mail that came. I loved it. And here I had already set up those 2 weeks, but throughout the weeks here, I realized that I really felt crammed into these little teeny tiny spaces. And as I said before, I am not forced to use these the way they suggest. And so instead of cramming my days in the little spaces, I decided to go back to the way the Coco Daisy pages are. They have this little bit of space on the top and then are divided into two. So you have 4 days on one page. And so 1 week was then 2 pages long. And I just used some washi tape to divide the days. And it doesn't really, you don't really notice that underneath is something else. However, I did this for 2 or 3 weeks. Let's see. I love that I have more room to add things that are not, you know, you can see it right here. There's not a lot of space to add some decoration. And here there's lots more of that. And that is exactly what then didn't work, because somehow while I was cramming my weeks into these spreads, I kind of forgot how to add more to those bigger spaces. But I really love how this turned out. I really love how this turned out. I love that I didn't even use any pattern paper, that I just used stuff that I would have otherwise thrown into the garbage. I received some happy mail here, and I decided to just create another spread. I decided to use this horizontally this way, and then I set up the next week again, 1 week on 2 spreads. I decided to use these socks that are actually Christmas stockings from Linus Pots for sock knitting documenting. And then after this week, because I really, again, as you can see, I lost the way to decorate and add other things here. So I went back to just 1 week on 2 pages. I also went down a pen, the thickness of my pen. So here I used the Muji pen in 0.5. But for some reason, I don't know why, this pen skipped a lot of the times. And here I went to the 0.5 pen, and for some reason it worked a lot better. And you can see I can write a lot more with the smaller pen. Again, I used leftovers from the scrap room kits, and then planner stickers for the rest. This is Coco Daisy Rub On. Here I then put all of the things that I had in my scrapbooking stash together. This is from Pink Paisley, and these are rub-ons, and it has a totally different feeling than this week, but it doesn't really, I like both of them a lot. Here I used some Amy Tangerine stuff that I had in my stash. And here I decided to use these stamps that I received from my friend Susanna. Some leftover stickers from the January kits from Coco Daisy. And this day, I don't know, it was Easter. I don't remember what I did. I thought I had documented it. That is April 21st, but I obviously didn't. And then this week, I decided to document the rest of the week in this travel journal. I went away, and so I just added a packing list to this side and documented this over here. And as you can see, there's not much that I wrote, because for some reason I didn't really enjoy doing this anymore. I kind of felt repetitive, which it definitely is. Yes, my life is not that interesting, that every day is different. And I was drawn to something else. And so when I came back from my vacation, I decided, instead of forcing myself to continue, there's about 7 spreads left in here, I would just decide that I am done and that I have totally enjoyed documenting my life in here for the first 4 months of the year, and that I would move on to something else then. And I, to my own surprise, I am perfectly fine with that. I love how this turned out. I love that I can go back and flip through it and enjoy all of those stickers and look at them, and it just makes me happy to look at spreads like this. So maybe I will be back one day, maybe not. That's fine. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I am happy to answer them. Again, as I said, I will leave all the sticker companies that I used in here in the description box, and you can hop on over and shop if you want to do so. Until next time, I will see you soon. Bye.